What's up, Fit Fam? Welcome to live Q&A with Coach Fit Pro J. Tonight, I'm going to discuss with you 3 reasons why weight training is more effective than cardio for fat loss and for toning your body. We'll get into this segment, I don't know, Ask Jay, and we'll talk about fruit juice, plant-based protein sources, and the difference between whole grain and white grain. And then make sure you do stick around to the end of the show, because that's when I'm going to explain to you or share with you when to get or how to get the bonus for this week, which has to do with cardio. But I'll talk about that with you later. So for those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Coach Fit Pro J. All right. I've been there, done that, and now I help others do the same. I help people frustrated with the cycle of dieting break the cycle, get results, and never diet again. If you'd like to connect with a coach that talks the talk and walks the walk, hit the learn more button at the top of my page, or you can go to fitprojcoaching.com and you can connect with me there. All right. So tonight, before we get into the 3 reasons why weight training is more effective than cardio for fat loss and toning your body, I wanted to ask you a question. What is your favorite form of cardio? Do you like the cardio equipment at the gym, treadmill, elliptical, bike? What do you do? Do you take group fitness classes, Zumba, kickboxing, step, anything like that? Or do you play a sport, or do you prefer outdoor activities like hiking? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what your favorite form of cardio is. All right. As far as I'm concerned, I like the Free Climber by Stairmaster. Have you guys ever heard of the the Free Climber from Stairmaster? Let me pull up that piece of equipment and show you, because it's one of my favorites for many reasons. Great cardio workout. Here it is here. All right, the Free Climber. You see, you basically go up and down like you're going up and down stairs over and over again. You can change how fast you go or how slow you go, that sort of thing. I love it because it's great for your glutes, your lower body, and just it really gives you a much better cardio workout, I find, than the treadmill or the bike or even the elliptical. It's one of the more difficult ones. So that's one of my favorites that I like to do, my favorite form of cardio. The other things I like to do, I do like group fitness. Don't really do it very often. Haven't really had a chance, especially with COVID and whatnot. But cardio kickboxing always kicks my butt. That's a good one. Or a step class even will kick your butt too. And then another thing I like to do, besides maybe hiking outside or just general outdoor activities, especially when the weather just changes. It's nice out up here in Massachusetts now. But I like to play basketball, especially full court basketball. That really gives a good cardio workout, big time. But anyway, yeah, hit me up in the comments section. I want to know, what do you guys like? What's your favorite form of cardio? All right, hit me up in the comment section on that. I'm going to get into 3 reasons why weight training is more effective than cardio for fat loss and for toning your body. All right, so before I get into that, though, many people think they should do more cardio for toning your body. And they think about weight training, they just think about building muscle or lifting weights and building muscle, and that's all that's good for. But tonight I'm going to talk to you about how that's not actually true, or it's partially true, but it's not the whole story. So again, I have 3 reasons why weight training is more important. The first reason, overall calorie burning benefits. Okay, so overall calorie burning effects. So I'll break this down for you guys. I'll keep it simple, because you know how I like to keep it simple. All right. So I'm going to give you the cardio point and then the weight training point. Okay. So overall calorie burning benefits. Okay. So as far as cardio is concerned, cardio tends to burn more calories during the workout while you're doing the workout. Yeah, you burn a little bit of calories after the fact, but most of your calorie burn from cardio comes during the workout. But I would be remiss if I did not mention there are a couple of different types of cardio. So when I'm mentioning calorie burns, I'm sorry, cardio burns more calories during the actual activity, during the actual, when you're on the treadmill, you're on the Free Climber, or when you're doing the cardio. Okay, that's steady state. Say you go for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, and you kind of stay at one pace, and you just, do your time, so to speak, on the cardio equipment. You burn a lot more calories during it than after the fact. But when you do something called high intensity interval training type of cardio, that's when you're doing very high bouts of very intense cardiovascular exercise, and then you slow down and you kind of recoup your breath and get your heart rate back down. Then you bring it way back up again and way back down. Typically, people do this in bouts, at 5 to 6 bouts. So, to give an example of steady state versus high intensity interval training for cardio, steady state, you're on a treadmill, you're just walking, whether that's flat or uphill, whatever the case may be. Um, and you do that for a duration 30, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever that may be. And that's it. Okay. You burn a lot of calories while you're doing it, just a little bit after the fact. High intensity interval training type of cardio, a little bit different. So, same piece of equipment, treadmill. Instead of walking, you are sprinting. So you do bouts of sprints. So maybe you warm up for 3 to 5 minutes at that steady state pace, just a regular normal pace. And then you bring the intensity way, way up by kicking the speed up and sprint for, say, 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And then you bring, after that 30 to 60 seconds bout of sprint, you bring the speed back down to like a nice walk where you can bring your heart rate down for about, say, like 2 minutes or so, and then bring it back up again, okay, for another 30 to 60 seconds, and back down and up. And again, you do that about 5 or 6 bouts. That's high intensity interval training cardio, different than steady state. So, to recap, went a little bit off subject here. So, overall calorie burning benefits of cardio burns more calories while you're doing it, especially the steady state. High intensity interval training, however, you end up burning more calories after the fact. So you have a residual calorie burn. So that brings me to weight training and overall calorie burning benefits. Weight training burns more calories after the workout than actually during the workout, depending on what type of weight training you do. Because you can do high intensity interval training with weights too, and have that same high intensity interval training effect as the cardio type. It's the same thing. But typically a traditional weight training workout, you don't burn as many calories while you're doing it. Okay, you're not really out of breath, again, depending on what you're doing. But the calorie burn after the weight training workout is significantly more than a steady state type of cardio. All right. High intensity interval training cardio is very close to weight training as far as after workout calorie burn. So that is the deal with that. Overall calorie burning benefits of weight training are way more than just doing cardio. All right. So that's reason number one why weight training is more effective at fat loss, because in order to lose fat, you have to burn as many calories as possible, right? Well, weight training burns more calories than cardio does in the long run. So that's reason number one. And before I get into reason number two, I want to go over to these comments, see what we got here. All right. So I did ask the question, what's your favorite form of cardio? And this one here, we have, okay, I do kickboxing, hip hop step, combat fitness, fit class. Wow. Oh my, that's great cardio right there. Excellent cardio. And I just want to make a side note right now, because I didn't on the last live broadcast. Up here, you see how it says Facebook user? That is because I'm simultaneously casting or broadcasting to my private Facebook group, Nutrition Boot Camps for All. If you're not a member, you need to join so you don't miss anything and get some behind the scenes stuff. But I'm also broadcasting to my business page, Fit Pro J Coaching. So when I do broadcast to both places, I do get comments that come in from both places. And when I do get comments that come in from my Nutrition Boot Camps for All private group that you need to go join, when I do, because it is a private group, at the top of my live broadcast, there's a little note under it. It says, click here if you want your name and picture to be seen when you put comments into these live broadcasts. So if you would like your face and name, your Facebook profile picture and your name to come up during these comments, and you're watching the broadcast from the actual nutrition boot camps from Raw group, go ahead and click on that at the top of the broadcast. It's in the comment part of it. Click on that, and then it will give StreamYard, which is who I use to do these live broadcasts, it will give them permission to utilize or show your name and your profile picture on these comments. So I just wanted to make that as a side note. So yeah, that's great. All that's great. Hey, Kristen, how's it going? I heard you coming this weekend. I'll see you. I hope Dave and the kids are well too. But see, Kristen here, she's obviously watching this broadcast from my Facebook page, FitProJ Coaching, the business page. That's public, so it's the name and the picture, profile picture comes up with it. All right, so just keep that in mind, guys. All right, let me go ahead and get back to where we were here. We are talking, and if you did just join us, I'm going through the 3 reasons why weight training is more effective than cardio for fat loss and for toning your body. All right, and we're on reason number 2. All right, reason number 2, long-term metabolic increases. All right, and again, I'm going to talk about weight training and I'm going to talk about cardio as far as these reasons. So long-term metabolic increases. All right, so as far as weight training is concerned, weight training increases your resting metabolic rate. Your resting metabolic rate, all that is how many calories do you burn when you're not doing anything, when you're at rest, when you're sitting down like I am, when you're even laying down sleeping, when you're not doing activity, your resting metabolic rate. Weight training increases that, okay? It doesn't, we already know it increases it because because reason number 1 that we just went over, the calorie burning effects of weight training, you actually burn a ton more calories after your weight training workout. So after your weight training workout, you're burning calories because of it, even when you're sitting down doing nothing and when you're resting. And that is because of the recovery that happens. When you do weight training, you're breaking your muscles down, they're getting fatigued, and you're doing little micro tears and little positive damage to your muscles. And then after the weight training workout, about 24 to 48, usually about 38 is the sweet spot. About 38 hours after the fact, you continue to burn calories because of that damage you've done to that positive damage you've done to your muscle. All right. So you're burning calories because of the repair process that needs to happen. Your body uses calories to repair that damage while you're sitting there resting, okay, and even sleeping. So weight training increases your metabolic rate by doing weight training by itself by default. After the fact, you burn calories because of recovery. And then it also increases your lean mass or your muscle. Of course, your weight train, you gain a bit of muscle. As long as you eat enough. Anyway, you eat right. But you'll definitely maintain it. But by increasing your lean muscle mass or lean mass, your muscle on your body, you're going to automatically increase your resting metabolic rate because muscle is an extremely active tissue on your body. It takes a lot of calories to have muscle on you. So any little bit of muscle you can put on you, you're going to raise your metabolic rate at rest. Okay. Day after day, week after week, month after month, that stuff adds up and you just shrink. The fat it comes off. All right. Have you guys ever heard that, oh, guys lose body fat a lot quicker than females? A lot of females are they don't have as much muscle as guys. Guys have more muscle mass on them, so they have an easier time typically losing body fat. That's the main reason why, guys. That's the main reason why males tend to lose body fat quicker than females, because of the muscle mass they have on them, because their metabolic resting rate is a lot higher because they have more muscle mass on them. So long-term metabolic increases with weight training. As far as cardio is concerned, okay, cardio can actually decrease your resting metabolic rate. It does the opposite. It eats away at your lean muscle, or at your lean mass, at your muscle. And of course, I'm speaking about doing cardio only, just doing a bunch of cardio, or putting most of your eggs in the cardio basket when you're trying to do fat loss. What's going to happen is your muscle mass is going to go away a little bit because you're not supporting it with weight training. You need to stimulate the muscle to keep it. If you're not stimulating that muscle, and you're expending all these calories doing cardio, eventually you're going to end up losing a little bit of muscle. You will lose some fat too. We'll talk about that in a second, but you are going to lose quite a bit of muscle by just doing mostly cardio. And that's going to lower your metabolic rate because remember, the more muscle you have on you, the higher your metabolism at rest. So if you're chipping away at that, you're chipping away at your metabolism. So when you do mostly cardio for fat loss, what's happening is you're working against yourself. It's very frustrating. So long-term metabolic increases, weight training actually increases your metabolism, and putting most of your eggs in the cardio basket is going to decrease your muscle mass, which will in turn decrease your resting metabolic rate. Okay. And now, before I get into number 3, I want to look at these comments. All right. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Great content. And again, I want to know what everybody does for cardio. What's your favorite form of cardio? Let me hear it. Put in the comment section. What's your favorite form of cardio? All right. I'm going to get back to, if you just joined us, 3 reasons why weight training is more effective at losing body fat and toning up your body. All right. And what I'm doing is I'm on the 3rd reason and I'm breaking it down, the cardio portion of it and the weight training portion of it. We're on reason 3, total body reshaping. Okay. Total body reshaping, body composition change, toning. Basically, you're losing body fat, but you're keeping the muscle, which is going to give you nice shape. All right. So as far as cardio is concerned, you lose weight, or cardio weight loss is mostly from both muscle and fat. So you're losing muscle, which is part of your resting metabolic rate. We don't want to lose that. We want to maintain that. And then also fat. So what ends up happening is when you do most of your weight loss, okay, from cardio, you're losing both. So if you're not tight and toned now, you're not going to be tight and toned then either after you lose that weight, because you're losing muscle and fat. You're going to just be a smaller version of yourself. You will be smaller and you shrink a bit, but you're not going to really have that shape. You're still going to be a bit loose, and you're just get a smaller version of yourself. If you're loose now, you're going to be loose then. Okay. Less fat and less muscle, but still loose, not tight and toned. Okay. So losing most of your weight through cardiovascular activity is going to make you it can make you skinny fat too, if you ever heard that term. All right. As far as weight training is concerned, for total body reshaping, that's where it's at, because weight training maintains your muscle, your lean mass, while decreasing your fat at the same time. I mean, that's what we want. And that's the definition of toning, because when you lose weight from fat, but you keep muscle on or even build a little bit, you're going to become not a smaller version of yourself. You will a little bit, but you'll be a tighter toner version of yourself. So you're melting the fat off and the muscle staying there to be revealed. That's the definition of toning. If you don't have muscle to begin with, all right, there's nothing to tone. But if you have muscle to begin with and some fat on it, and then you go do mostly cardio, you lose muscle and the fat, you don't get that tone. The shape isn't there. You just become a smaller version of yourself and still lose. Weight training maintains that muscle that you have on you, helps you melt the fat off, and then you get that tone look and that nice shape. All right, so that's huge right there. That's the way that works. And then I have a bonus point for you guys. I'm not hating on cardio, because you don't want to hate on cardio. Cardio is excellent. Cardio is like the cherry on top. Okay. When you got to have a good balance, and a good balance is, mostly weight training. For most people, maybe 3 to 5 times a week, typically 3 to 4 times a week, someone doing some sort of weight training workout. And then for cardio purposes, maybe a couple times a week. And remember, you get more calorie burn from high intensity interval training. That's that whole sprinting on the treadmill for about 30 to 60 seconds, and slowing your heart rate down by walking for about 2 minutes, then bringing it back up doing those bouts. That's a better form of cardio to lose body fat. So if it was me, I would do the 3 to 4, days a week of weight training, to maintain, even build a little bit of muscle. Okay, it's going to raise your resting metabolic rate, because when you do those 3 to 4 weight training sessions a week, after the weight training is where the really real calorie burn happens. Okay, and then you are left with the muscle on you, or a little bit more, and the fat goes away. You get nice and toned. But again, I am not hating on cardio. Cardio has its benefits. All right, if it was me, I would do 3 to 4 times of weight training a week, and then I would go ahead and do maybe 2 or so uh, cardio, and switch it up. Maybe do high intensity one day of the week, one of the 2 days, and then another do some steady state. Um, Maybe you do some interval training on a bicycle, where you do bike sprints, and then you do the next time you take a class the next time, like a step or Zumba or something like that. Switch it up. 2 days of cardio, 3 to 4 days of weight training is a better prescription for fat loss and toning, is my point. But again, I'm not hating on cardio. There's health benefits to both cardio and to weight training. Cardio benefits, cardio is better for your heart and lungs than weight training is. All right. The cardio, your heart and your lungs obviously work a lot more in a cardiovascular type of workout. All right. So that is going to up your health as far as your heart and your lungs. And that's very important. All right. Very important for you. You should strive for whole fitness. Okay. And that's part of it. So cardio is way better for your heart and lungs. All right. That's a huge benefit for cardio. Benefit of weight training, or some benefits of weight training. All right. They're better for bone density. That's why you see a lot of older individuals, even seniors, doing weight training for a while now, because it's been known that, well, it is known that bones actually flex. Okay, bones flex, and when you do resistance or weight training, you're putting pressure on those bones, and they flex. And when they flex, they adapt by becoming more dense. Just like when you lift weights, your muscles adapt by becoming stronger and a little bit bigger. All right. Well, when you do weight training, your bones flex and they become more dense. So it's an excellent resource, or it's an excellent activity for older people and seniors to do for preventative maintenance for osteoporosis. Okay, get those bones flexing. Safely though, but get those bones flexing, so to speak, to build up that bone density. So that's one major health benefit of weight training. Another benefit or health benefit of weight training is overall functioning in everyday life. You want to stay strong. You want to be able to do things like when I'm 44, when I get into my 50s, 60s, and even 70s, I want to maintain some sort of strength, some level of baseline of strength going into those years, because it will help you function better. Your mobility, your flexibility, all of those things. When you weight train, you work on all those things. So if you consistently weight train, 3, 4 times a week or whatever, all the way into those later years, you're going to function better. You'll be able to um, run around with the young kids, or you're not going to be dependent on other people. You'll still be independent as opposed to dependent. That's one of the major things. So weight training and cardio both have major benefits. All right. So don't hate on cardio. It's just, put most of your eggs in the weight training basket if you're trying to lose body fat and tone. That's the point. All right. And then I do have a bonus at the end that I will explain, and it has to do with cardio support for you guys. All right. So, and then if you guys just joined us, I did ask the question, what is your favorite mode of cardio? What is your favorite mode of cardio? What form of cardio do you guys like to do? Let me know. All right. Now I'm going to get into this segment. I don't know. Ask Jay. That's where I get questions about foods, products, exercise, different things like that. And if you guys have any questions at all on any products or any food or anything about nutrition or fitness or exercise and movements, either hit me up in the comments section or get them to me somehow, email them to me, and I'm going to share my email address with you guys later. but let me know. And if you're catching this on the replay, you can also put in the comments section. I do check the comments after the fact. Okay, so you can put it there, even if you're on the replay. All right, so let's get into, I don't know, Ask Jay. Get to the first question here. Okay, the first question with, I don't know, Ask Jay. What's the difference between fruit juice and whole fruit? What's the difference between fruit juice and whole fruit? Okay. Okay, so fruit juice as opposed to whole fruit. When you drink fruit juice, you are drinking only part of the whole fruit. So you're only going to get part of the benefits from it or part of the nutrition from it. Juice is lower in the beneficial phytochemicals, which are really good for you, live stuff in the plant, and also dietary fiber. And that dietary fiber helps to slow down the sugars that are actually in the fruit as well. All right. So juice is lower in nutrition than the actual whole fruit for many reasons, fiber and phytochemicals, vitamins and whatnot. They're higher in sugar and calories. When you make a juice, like let's say for instance, orange juice, all right, you squeeze the juice out of the orange, you're throwing away some of the nutrients, but what you're also doing is you're getting a concentrated shot of sugar with that juice. Okay, and it's not slowed down by anything because you threw the fiber away in the skin and the tissue of the fruit that you were supposed to eat. And the other thing is, 1 cup of orange juice or 8 ounces of orange juice, it takes about 3 medium oranges, okay, to get 1 cup of orange juice or 8 ounces of orange juice. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I've drank orange juice in the past or juice in the past, I at least 16 ounces, so that's the equivalent of sitting down and, eating basically 6 medium oranges. Who does that? But the point is, it's concentrated. It's concentrated sugar, and you don't want to do that. It spikes your insulin, and you want to keep your blood sugars level throughout the day. And that's not a good way to do that. And with that concentrated sugar in the juice, you're also getting a lot more calories than you would by eating the actual fruit. All right, so juice is higher in sugar, and it's also higher in calories. All right. So it's better to eat the whole fruit. You want that fiber to slow down the sugar, and you don't want to take in, you know, 3 to 6 oranges, just really quick, in an 8 ounce glass of juice. Horrible. I don't want to do that. So that's the difference between fruit juice and whole fruit. And before I get into the next question on I don't know, Ask Jay, I'm gonna check out the comment section, see what you guys put here. All right. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What's your favorite form of cardio? I kind of went over this already, but you must have just got here. I prefer the free climber, okay, by Stairmaster, and I like cardio classes. Kickboxing always kicks my butt, and step class does as well. All right, and then basketball, full court basketball outside. That really, really gets my heart going and gets it pumping. So that is my favorite. Those are my favorite forms of cardio. All right. And if you are just joining us now, I'm going over the segment. I don't know, Ask Jay, and I'm on my second question. Let's get to that. All right. I got asked, what are the best plant-based protein sources? What are the best plant-based protein sources? And for that, I am going to share my screen with you. Let me get this graphic up for you guys. All right, and this graphic is courtesy of Precision Nutrition. All right, so let me get rid of this. Sorry, guys, so you can see the whole screen. Get rid of this. All right, so I have here at the top fully plant-based sources. Okay, this is full vegan, if you will. Tempeh, tofu, and edamame. These are all soy products. Plant-based protein, you have to choose very carefully because protein is made up of amino acids, and a lot of plants that you eat have partial proteins, and you got to find the right combos. There's very few plant-based sources that are full, complete sources of protein. And up here, these are the complete proteins for plant-based sources. But you have trade-offs here. Um, these soy-based tempeh, tofu, and edamame, they're all soy-based, and soy inherently has its own set of set of issues. But we won't get into that here. We'll get into that in another live broadcast. But these are the major soy products that are complete protein. So it's complete protein. The others are these lentils, beans, black eyed peas, split peas. But again, these also have their inherent issues. Lentils and beans, split peas, all these things, they have carbohydrates with them as well. All right. So you're not just ingesting protein, you're ingesting the carbohydrates that go with them. And if you're trying to just get protein in and not be too high on the carbs, that could be an issue. All right. But these all have complete proteins, not just partial proteins. All right. Split peas, however, well, lentils and beans, some people have issues with lentils and beans with our digestive systems or digestive tracts. All right. Split peas are a little bit better as far as that issue is concerned. And so are black eyed peas. But the point is, these lentils, beans, split peas, and black eyed peas, they come with they're attached to a lot of carbohydrates. So it's not just a protein source. They're good protein sources, but they have carbohydrates with them. The other things I have on here, fully plant-based. Here we have vegetarian. All right, vegetarians happen to eat these things as well, where vegans or fully plant-based do not. And they have a better time getting in complete proteins because they pick from here the fully plant-based, and then they can use a combination. Then they also use the like eggs and egg whites. That they're complete proteins. Cultured cottage cheese, that's a complete protein. Excellent source of protein, by the way. That low-fat Trader Joe's is my favorite cottage cheese. 1 or 2% cottage cheese over at Trader Joe's. It's delicious, and mix in your own fresh fruit is great. Same thing with the Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, plain non-fat Greek yogurt. It would be the choice there. Complete protein, great for you. And then you have pescatarian, where they actually eat all of this stuff, but they also eat fish and shellfish, all right, which are complete proteins. So there are your vegan, vegetarian, and pescatarian protein sources. Let me turn the screen sharing off and come back to you guys. How you doing? If you're just joining us, we're on I Don't Know, Ask Jay. Just went through 2 questions, going to the next one. And again, guys, if you're catching this on the replay, feel free to put comments at any part because I will go ahead and interact with you after the fact. I check these comments well after this live broadcast into next week. All right. So any questions that you have for this segment, I don't know, Ask Jay, make sure you put them in the comments section and they may be featured on the next live broadcast. Let me know something that you want to know. All right. Let's get to the third question on I don't know, Ask Jay. What's the difference between whole grain and white grain? I get that question all the time. Let me go over here to share my screen with you again so I can illustrate this for you. All right. And let me get these graphics out of the way so you can see. Oh, that won't work there. All right. So what's the difference between whole grain and white grain? Well, you could see here, this is whole grain on this side, of course. They remove 2 sections from the actual whole grain to make it a white grain. They remove the bran, which is very fiber rich. It's the outer layer. It protects the actual seed. It contains B vitamins, trace minerals, and fiber. It's great for you. Bran. All right. I'm sure you guys have heard of bran before. And then they also take out the germ. The germ it's contains some fat, some healthy fats at that, and it's nutrient rich. It contains antioxidants, vitamin E, B, all sorts of things, and healthy fat. So when you take the bran and the germ off of the grain or out of the grain, it becomes white grain. All right. That is the difference between whole grain and white grain. And on a side note, when you ingest whole grain, you are ingesting more fiber than white grain. So that's why people talk about, well, that's one of the reasons why people talk about brown rice being more healthy than white rice. All right. Brown rice has the bran on it still, which is a lot of fiber. All right. And when you ingest brown rice, it tends to slow digestion down a little bit compared to white rice, because white rice, or the white grain, has less fiber. All right. So that is the difference between whole grain and white grain. Again, if you guys are just joining us, we just got through the segment, I don't know, Ask Jay. So I want you guys to put in the comments section, even if you're watching this on the replay, any products, any nutrition questions, or any exercise movement questions, and I will feature it in one of the live broadcasts under, I don't know, Ask Jay. These are just a few that came through Facebook Messenger that I put out there to answer. I need some more from you guys. All right, so to recap, tonight we talked about 3 reasons why weight training is more effective than cardio for fat loss and toning your body. Again, catch it on the replay if you didn't catch it tonight. We just went through, I don't know, Ask Jay. I don't know, Ask Jay. We talked about a few things. We talked about fruit juice versus whole fruit. We talked about plant-based protein sources. And then we just got through the difference between whole grain and white grain. Next, I want to get to tonight's bonus. Tonight's bonus has to do with cardio, I told you. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys some email cardio support. So what I would like you to do, so send me an email. Okay. Send me an email with your current cardio routine. All right. Send it to Jason@fitprojcoaching.com. Jason@fitprojcoaching.com. Send me your email routine. Your email routine. That's great. Live video is great. Anyhow, send me your current cardio routine. Let me know when you do it. Is it before weight training, after weight training? How many times a week? What mode do you do? Email me your current cardio routine to Jason@fitprojcoaching.com, and I will email you back some feedback on it. All right. That's tonight's bonus. Send an email to Jason@fitprojcoaching.com with your cardio regimen, and I will give you some feedback on it. That is tonight's show. And again, for those of you that don't know me, I am Coach FitProJ. I've been there, done that, and now I help others do the same. I help people frustrated with the cycle of dieting break that cycle, get results, and never diet again. So again, if you want to connect with a coach that talks the talk and walks the walk, that'd be me. Go to the top of my page and hit learn more, or visit fitprojcoaching.com and connect with me there. I did not mention my shirt, Transformers. You guys remember Optimus Prime? Whoops, sorry. Optimus Prime and Megatron? Who's with me? Who knows about Transformers? Go ahead and hit me up in the comments section. Let me know about the Transformers if you remember them. All right. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for joining me. And remember, Fit Fam, keep it simple, keep it moving, and keep it real, especially when it comes to your fitness. And I'll see you next week at 7 p.m. at FitProJ Coaching on FitProJ Coaching's Facebook page. See, live video, man. I'm telling you, you just never get it right. But that's the excitement about live video. I will see you next week at facebook.com/FitProJ Coaching at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. See you then.